Okay, so parts laid out here for issue 62 of the Valentino Rossi bike. It is electronic control units, I think it's called. Yeah, electronic control units. Lambada sensor, control unit, brake control unit, etc. and some hoses. Some very, very small detailed parts. Not too sure how much we're going to be actually doing on this one. I had a look through the magazine. I don't think we're going to be using a lot of these parts at all in this issue. So putting these away for future use. But yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit fiddly as well, because there's going to be lots of tubes going here, around, everywhere. So could be a frustrating one, but we'll wait and see. But this will be the build for issue 62. Okay, so first thing, bringing over this engine again, engine part, which is really annoying. I'm getting very annoyed at, if I'm honest, I'm getting quite annoyed at this, because it is moving this thing around all over the place, and it's just, there's no, mount for this. You've got a very big risk of like damaging something quite easily. Yeah, it's not great, because if you're going to be leaning it, you're leaning it on these foot pegs. So I don't know why they've told you to fit these foot pegs at this point. They could have quite easily kept these off until all of this was done, and then you could just be laying it. It's just rubbish, if I'm honest. They haven't thought about it at all. How are you going to, hold this up while you're working on it so much? You have got to, so if you are doing this, make sure, I don't know how you're going to do it, but don't be very aware of these, because if you're leaning it on these are quite bendy, and you could quite easily damage these. But anyway, rant over, because what I'm fitting is this Lambada sensor control unit. It's going in this area here in the engine. I don't know if you can see that in here. It's going to be going in, and you're just going to have to kind of work out how this goes on. So I'm using that as my reference point, because you can see this reference point in the magazine. Yeah, okay. I think I've got it. It's got 2 pins. There's 2 pins on the engine. I didn't do this before as well. I'm just trying to make things really, really tricky, I think. I think that's on. It's on all right as well. Don't need to glue it. Lambada sensor control. It's kind of in that area there. Doesn't it just fall there? Oh, it's one of the things off the. I'll fit that on back on the end. So the Lambada control sensor thing. I don't know if you can see it. It's very difficult to see. But it's in that area there. Right. Now you've got pipes going everywhere, and you really ain't going to be able to see what I'm doing. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to fit it as it shows in the magazine. So I'll put the magazine instructions up so you can see them, where they're all going to go, and then I'll show you the results of this one. I'm not going to film this because you're not going to be able to see where all the pipes are going and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just a case of fitting Lambada sensors on pipes and hoses as it shows in the magazine. So I will see you on the other side, and I'll let you know how long this takes. Okay, so that was an absolute nightmare. That took me around just over an hour to fit those pipes into there as it shows in the instructions. I lost one of the pipes, one of the hoses, disappeared off into the depth of the engine, so I had to take the radiator off and all that kind of stuff to try and retrieve it, but found it in the end. But yeah, very, very difficult, just because it's all quite fiddly and pipes everywhere. But anyway, it's done now, and it's on, so hopefully that's it for a while for this engine part. But that was the nightmare that was issue 62. Okay, yeah, so that was issue 62. Yeah, as I say, a real nightmare of an issue. I didn't enjoy that at all. It was just mainly because I lost that part, that green one there. Step 7 just fell and went off the engine. Issue 63 is going to be part of the fuel tank and assembly of the brake system. So part of the fuel tank, so that's obviously the fuel tank left hand side, but the majority of the issue, in fact all of the issue, is assembling part of the brake system. Yeah, the brake system. So we won't be using the part we get in 63, but we will be assembling part of the brake system. And that will be issue 63 and coming up soon.